What is up, YouTube world? I am Darian, also known as The Wave, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Today we are reacting to 5 NBA mysteries we always wanted to know the answer to. Should be a very entertaining video. The link to the original video will be down below in the description. You want to check that out? Y'all can check that out. Without further ado, let's react.
I'm sure we can all agree. There's just
I made you on too,
a
then.
good mystery that is very enticing. They cause you to want to go search for the answer until you find it. And of course, the NBA has plenty of mysteries that are just waiting to be solved. So today, we just might go ahead and solve some of them. If that sounds good to you, then stick around and enjoy the video.
Yep.
What do students in school, people at the office, players on the b-ball court,
Bird,
and gamers all have in common? They've all yelled,
Kobe! Kobe!
Kobe.
Kobe!
Kobe!
I think I just said bird. That's horrible.
Whether it's throwing a crumpled up piece
Kobe.
of paper in the
Who that
trash
is?
can,
Who that
missing
is?
a shot during a pickup game, or while chucking
Was that
a
a
grenade
teacher or
in
a
your
student? Because that was a
favorite
student. I'm like,
video
hey,
We've
I'm
all
going to jail.
channeled our inner Kobe as we did something that involved accuracy.
When the world just started filming themselves and being like, Kobe! Like, did it blow your mind how big that got?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
That must be crazy for you. Like, I can't imagine seeing little kids scream Max when they shoot it.
It's funny, man. It's a good feeling to have that you can influence the game like that. Even when you shoot in the trash can. I mean, I try to do it too, and I try to yell Kobe when I shoot in the trash can like that.
Depending on your age, you might have yelled Jordan if you happen to be on the older side, or even Curry if you're on the younger side. But by and large, yelling Kobe out loud was the phrase to use. It's pretty obvious why people yell Kobe after shooting something, but have you ever wondered where it originated?
Oh, shoot, he a
probably
legend.
not. But I'm gonna tell you anyways. Alright, so believe it or not, some say that Dave Chappelle actually started it. Let's go all the way back to 2003, when season 1, episode 12 aired. And in that episode, Chappelle
It's almost
did a
20
skit
years ago.
explaining how to pay homage to certain players.
You're under arrest. Rusty Wallace. Spreewell. Paul Pierce.
Oh my God,
So
that's
this
messed up.
begs the question, was this the very first time somebody used the famous Kobe phrase?
Kobe.
Had to be.
Well, there's no way to know for sure, but I will say this. That episode definitely gave it a boost in pop culture. After that, people really started using it. It's also been said that people used to use the phrase as far back as 1999. in the game
999.
Counter-Strike. That's pretty crazy considering
Two
how
down.
long ago that was. All in all, although there may not be a concrete source to point to, I still think it's interesting to think about where it possibly originated from. I'm sure I'm not the only one kinda confused about Andre Drummond's nickname, the Big Penguin. It's probably the most bizarre nickname in the game today.
Andre Drummond, Andre the Giant, or as he's referred to, the Big Penguin. That's his nickname, right?
Oh, Under the Giant
When
is
I
way
first
better.
heard it, I was like, why did he choose to go with that? Well, actually, he didn't choose it. In fact, he says he has no idea where the nickname came from.
Listen, man, I don't know where that came from. Ron came up to me one day and said, yo, is your nickname Big Penguin? I said, man, I don't know where that came from or how it started or who came up with the name. All I know is somebody must have found out that penguins are one of my favorite animals, and they kind of just, I guess, put two and two together.
That's a
He
first.
claims to not know how he got that name, but that just doesn't add up. He was clearly not telling the truth, and here's why. Back in 2012, which was his rookie year, Drummond sat down with Greg Monroe for an interview, and perhaps this is when and where the Big Penguin was born.
Top three penguins all time. You probably gonna look at me like I'm crazy if I tell you these three. My number one probably March of the Penguins, and then Happy Feet 1 and 2. I'm guessing you love penguins. My favorite animal is penguins. Well, obviously my favorite animal is a moose, so maybe we start calling it Big Penguin.
You said moose?
Start calling it Big Penguin.
So boom, it looks like we solved the mystery of the nickname's origin, even though Andre Drummond for some reason seems to have forgotten all about that. Not too long ago, like I would say early 2020, Colin Sexton of the Cleveland Cavaliers was catching some eyes, but not for his play on
Dude
the
be
court.
hooping, man.
People started to notice something
He
strange
be
about
hooping.
his face, which caused many to hop on social media to ask about what was possibly going on. And they immediately jumped to
shoot.
conclusions. They accused the man of bleaching his skin. You know, just like Sammy Sosa did.
Sammy Sosa did
just look at
too
this
much.
before and after picture. There was definitely a drastic change of some sort, and it looked like it was only happening to his face and didn't match the rest of his body, which meant there was probably a simpler explanation.
Oh, he trying to get them
Some
pimples
say
off
that
his
it was
face.
apparently related to an acne treatment he was using.
Look
And
at that.
there was no reason why people should be freaking out at all. It was just temporary. Regardless, it seemed to have zero effect on his play because he actually played great
Lord.
during that particular stretch, even though there was
Come here.
something definitely being done to alter his skin tone.
This is it. The original Hero Hoodie Classic by Quick Flip.
Boy, if y'all don't get off my screen, I don't got 1,000 subscribers yet, so
For many years,
I don't get
there
ads.
was this legendary rumor going around that Dikembe Mutombo would walk into nightclubs and simply shout, "Who wants to sex Mutombo?" as a pickup line to get girls. And eventually, the phrase took on a life of its own and became somewhat of a meme.
No, not do
The rumor
that.
never stopped following Mutombo, so he had to put this to an end once and for all when he made an appearance on the show Highly Questionable back in 2014.
Is it true that Dikembe Mutombo used to walk in his heyday, in the glory days of his life, used to walk into a nightclub? You know what I'm going to ask too. Used to walk into a place and say,
Don't believe on that crack. I know where you're going with that. I know
Go there.
where you're going.
Keep going. Keep
Well,
going.
let me
That's the
tell you,
sex
let me give you
Mutombo.
something.
That's
I
not
always
true.
ask everybody who came up with that.
oh, so disappointing.
Dikembe straight up denied it, so we had no choice but to take his word for it. But not so fast. That didn't stop them from asking one more time when Dikembe's former Georgetown teammate Alonzo Mourning made an appearance on the show a short time later, and his answer was a lot different.
Who wants to sex Mutombo?
You've heard it. You've heard it,
Is
haven't
the
you?
story true? We need to know if the story is true.
You've
Yes,
heard it before.
that's a confirmation.
Ain't gonna lie, that fit him though. That sound like something he'll do, man. It seemed like it'll work too.
And it worked. It worked too.
Now, of course, it makes sense for Mutombo to deny it. I mean, that's what you would expect to hear from him. But for Alonzo Mourning, he had nothing to gain or lose from this at all. So that's why I choose to believe him. He had no hesitation confirming it. Back in October of 2017, the Oklahoma City Thunder were headed to their next game, and as usual, experienced some turbulence here and there throughout the flight.
Hey, but that happened to me one time. I thought I was gonna die, man.
With a shocking
Man.
surprise. They noticed there was a huge dent in the nose of the plane and pondered about what possibly could have caused this. It was said that it was likely a bird that caused the damage, which are known to collide with aircrafts.
That is
but others say
crazy.
that it was no bird at all, because most birds aren't even capable of flying that high.
Delta is saying that a bird is what caused this damage on the descent. I don't believe them, Jalen.
What would
Rose.
they hit?
There's only one explanation for this. This proves that UFOs exist, does it not?
At the end of the day, they obviously hit something in the sky, but I guess we'll never know, as this mystery will remain unsolved.
They hit a cloak. UFO, huh? Alright, I guess that's the video, man. That is crazy. I wonder what actually hit the plane, though, man. What would hit a plane and put that big of a dent in it? Like a little bird doing that much damage? How much do a bird weight? And then you hitting that. That ain't making sense. It really not making sense. Not making sense. Not making sense. This is a dope video, though. I like that. It was very entertaining, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it as well, because I did, man. That's all I got for y'all today, man. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll see y'all next time, man. I am out of here.